The man doesn't know how to play poker. The man is bad. He's a complete asshole. We all know that.
Groovy, jazzy, funky, bounce, bounce, dance as we dip in the melodic sea.
Let's give an example of some high or low equity, high EV hands, okay? Low equity, high EV hands. They don't have a chance to win the pot very often, but when they do, they win a lot of chips, okay? So what we're talking about here is like small pocket pairs, okay? With a small pocket pair, about 1 in every 8 chance, you're going to hit a set with small pocket pairs. It's very, very hidden hand. People just do not see a set when you have it. They just don't think about it that very often. So it's very, very good hand to have. You're not going to hit it very often, so your equity is low. But when you do hit it, you can literally stack somebody with ace-king if there's an ace or a king that hit the flop as well. So other big hands that would be low equity, high EV hands. Ace suited. Any ace suited, of course a good ace suited, like ace 10, ace jack suited, that's going to be high equity. You're going to win that a lot. But with your low aces, so your weak aces, let's say ace 5 suited is a great high equity hand because not only do you have a chance at the nut flush, but you also have a chance at the low wheel. So you can make a straight with ace 5, plus you have a chance with to hit what we call the nut flush or an ace high flush, okay? So the reason why that is a high valuation hand is because if you have an ace high flush and Scott over here has a queen high flush, Scott is never folding this queen high flush. I can stack him and I can get a lot of chips out of him. So my ace high flush is a very, very high EV hand because I have the potential to make so much more chips than just a normal hand.
Makes sense.
So that's high EV. And so you're going to hear this term a lot. Hey, I'm plus EV. It actually gets used a little too often, but that's what EV is. Okay.
That's what EV is.
Hey, Jason, can't you calculate that?
Yeah, so there actually is a formula for EV, okay? So there's actually a mathematical formula for EV. We'll post it here. We're not going to go over it, but there is a formula for that. Now, the reason why we don't go over that, and another reason why we don't get into too much GTO here on Felted Table Talk, it's a little bit more advanced than what we want to teach right now. We study it. Scott and I study it a lot. It's a little bit more advanced. The main reason we're not going to show and go over the valuation, how to calculate EV, is because it's based upon ranges, okay? And so it is subject to what you think your opponent's hand is, okay? So we don't know what our opponent's hand is. We just have an estimated valuation or an estimated range of what our opponent is, okay? And so to calculate true plus EV, you have to basically put in the number you think it is, okay? So you have to put in the range that you think your opponent has. But if your opponent has a different range than what you're thinking, your EV calculations are completely off. And that's why we don't really show how to calculate it, because especially in low stakes, those ranges are much, much wider and has a lot more variance than the higher stakes.